What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Diablo?
Yeah, he's strong, so having him alone is sufficient.
Wait a sec, Rimuru-kun.
Guy started talking to me smoothly, but I felt it was nonsense. So, I ignored him and wrapped up the conversation.
We're in a tight spot right now. I don't have extra resources to spare. Still, I'm sending you our best man, so I hope you'll accept him graciously.
With someone like Guy, it's better to inform him of the decision rather than haggle. Drawing on my experience as a general contractor, I did just that. Specifically, I recalled a situation where the general manager refused to bargain with a construction joint venture pressuring for more staff. Despite their plea, he stood firm, stating he already had top-notch personnel on the team. From their perspective, there were times they wanted to say, "We need more staff because yours are inadequate." It was clear to all, including myself, that insincerity lingered in the air. Success or failure really came down to chance. It might have been intriguing to have a system where employees were appointed from government or subcontractors for evaluation, a reverse nomination system. But dwelling on it now was pointless. The main thing was to push Diablo on Guy.
Damn.
What's the matter? Everything all right?
I waited for his response with poise, though my heart raced inside.
You're becoming more stubborn by the minute. Fine, I'll manage with Diablo this time.
I won.
I don't care who it is. Honestly, I usually go with Chloe, but that's just how it goes. Oh, and if Rimuru wants to, he can come to my country with Diablo. I promised to invite you before, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Just as I was about to enjoy my victory, Leon had a suggestion in mind. Even if taking Chloe along is not an option, I might think about paying a visit.
Alright, I'll leave Chloe behind, but I'll catch up with you later if my schedule allows. I'll get in touch through Diablo if that happens, so thank you.
Chloe was advised bed rest, so I couldn't bring her. Unsure of Leon's reaction, I kept quiet about it. So, I accepted the invitation. It might not be the best time with the current situation, but waiting for Michael to act was dull. I'll slowly get back to my routine once I'm prepared.
Alright, I look forward to your message.
Yeah, if Diablo causes any trouble, just give me a heads up. I'll straighten him out in a heartbeat.
Got it. I won't hesitate to reach out, so please make sure he's handled.
Even though he hadn't done anything yet, it was Guy, not Leon, who reminded me. I was curious about their dynamic, but it seemed complicated, so I decided ignorance was bliss. With that settled, our future plans were set.
Well, I'll head over to Leon's place, so you all focus on your tasks.
Announced Guy as he left the room.
Hey, no explanation for us?
Carrion and Frey-san questioned Guy. I thought that was a fair request. Guy jumps to conclusions too quickly. He thinks he's the only one needing convincing and leaves the rest behind. But Guy wouldn't properly explain the situation to anyone. Not just Guy, but the childish Milam and Ramirez, the careless de Gruel and Leon, and the indifferent Ruminez were all alike and unlikely to step up for such a task. I decided to take charge and explain it to everyone.
So, as we discussed before, you were already informed about the enemy, right?
Yeah, I heard that Velzard betrayed us.
Seems like it. And the reason wasn't betrayal or anything like that.
So, this time I summarized the story and explained the situation. It was actually a good thing that only the 7 of us were in the meeting. If the subordinates had also joined, it would have been much harder to move the discussion forward. Guy's decision to anticipate this was spot on, and I could see that his long years of experience made a difference. Thinking about it, it must have been difficult for Guy. Looking at the other demon lords, each with their own quirks, must have required a lot of mental strength to bring them together. Reflecting on Guy in this way, I finished my explanation.
I knew you wouldn't struggle like this, but it turned out to be more trouble than expected.
Frey was stunned. It's not that she couldn't handle it, just that she didn't want to hear it.
That's true. Now that I have the power, I want to see how far I can go against a true dragon, but I doubt I stand a chance against Velzard.
Carrion made a bold statement, yet his forehead was sweating profusely. He must have been trying to understand the situation and plan how to overcome it.
Well said, Carrion. Even I couldn't defeat my sister. If you're up for it, let me be your opponent first.
Master, I don't think this is the time. If you don't take it seriously, Rimuru will be upset with you.
I probably should have been upset, but surprisingly, Veldora's lighthearted words made me feel relieved. In the midst of such a serious discussion, the situation had become so dire that it left me feeling down.
I see. So, to counter the domination, you plan on concentrating your forces as much as possible. Is this how you resist the Regalia Dominion?
If your will is strong enough, you can resist it. Veldora was targeted when his resistance was weakened by a surprise attack.
The old me would have been able to withstand it, but I was in the middle of a battle with my sister at that time. It was quite challenging.
It was challenging, or rather, you were dominated. There's no use pretending it didn't happen, so it would be better to admit it honestly. While Veldora's presence left me speechless, de Gruel addressed me.
Rimuru, why not send Veldora to me instead? I'm not a fan of Violet or Ultima, but Veldora is a familiar face, and I know him well.
He proposed changing the dispatched subordinates, but unfortunately, the answer remained a firm no.
Apologies, I can't do that. Veldora isn't just a subordinate, he's my friend. I can't make decisions for him.
If Veldora was fine with it, it was none of my concern. However, I couldn't disregard his wishes in this situation and proceed with the discussion. Hence, I asked him for his thoughts.
Veldora, since you're invited, what do you plan to do?
Veldora chuckled and declined.
De Gruel, as much as I'd like to help, I'm preoccupied. I have a duty to guard Ramirez's labyrinth.
It was clear to me from the start that Veldora just wanted to relax.
Master.
Ramirez cried with tears in her eyes, but I was certain Veldora was only looking to take it easy.
Understood, it's a shame. Even I would face trouble if attacked by Velzard. It would have been comforting if you could aid me.
A man of my strength has no reason to fear my sister. What a shame, de Gruel.
His vanity was unmistakable. Nevertheless, Velzard seemed truly perilous, and I was relieved Veldora declined. While I sympathized with de Gruel, the security of my realm took precedence.
De Gruel is correct. I haven't encountered Velzard in battle, but my instincts warn me she's a formidable foe. If she appears, I'll have to handle her. Be prepared to request backup immediately, as that would be your only option.
Milam, listening to our conversation, made a sensible suggestion. It was a pragmatic remark, unusual for the typically overconfident Milam. Consequently, we agreed to avoid acting alone since Velzard posed a significant threat and was unlikely to attack solo. Frey and the others seemed to concur.
I understand. So, let's make sure we are not acting independently.
Absolutely. Rimuru, please bring Geld and the others to me as soon as possible. I can pick them up if needed.
No need, I'll explain the situation when I return and have them ready for you immediately.
Geld can be contacted via teleport, so there's no rush. I will discuss the situation with the executives first, and we can send them out once we all agree.
I trust you with this, Rimuru.
Right, if the enemy strikes, I'll inform you right away.
Indeed. I didn't mention sending Carrera, as Frey-san wasn't familiar with primordials. It wasn't necessary to disclose, so I ended the conversation smoothly. Moreover, to delay Velzard, adding Carrera shouldn't be an issue.
But I'm curious about Michael and the others' true intentions. It can't just be about conquering this world.
Louis inquired.
Oh, it's about reviving Veldanava. Michael and Feldway are working towards the Lord's resurrection.
What?
Those who weren't aware were shocked when I revealed this. While my companions knew, it was surprising for the rest.
Indeed, Rimuru is correct. Abra, my ally, informed me of this.
Milam affirmed, prompting Carrion's frustrated mutter.
Really? I never expected that.
Huh, you didn't know? I thought I had mentioned it.
No, you didn't. Seems both Frey and I missed that. You'll have to fill us in later.
Just when I was rethinking Milam, this is what happened. Despite meeting Obara, Milam and Midley failed to fully communicate. This highlights the importance of regular updates, discussions, and consultations. That was my realization. I couldn't preach about communication when I had also forgotten to inform them. While Milam and the others chatted, Louis shared his thoughts.
A true dragon is eternal. His return is inevitable, so there's no need to worry.
Well, yeah, it's kind of normal to think that way, but Michael is more of an ego born from a skill. He's such a unique being that his thoughts might be beyond what regular folks can grasp.
Ruminez shook her head, as if she didn't understand. However, Guy had a different perspective on the matter.
Yeah, it's true that Veldanava hasn't shown any signs of coming back. I get why Feldway might feel it's fine for the world to end.
Guy proudly mentioned he believed Veldanava was immortal since he had crossed swords with him once. Moreover, he understood why people worshipped Veldanava.
But you see, when someone dies, their memories and personality can be altered, right? It's like meeting a different individual to me.
As for that, it's more about personal emotions. I feel like they're the same person. In the end, they share the same soul.
I don't know. Velgren-san also mentioned, I don't care if Rudra is reborn as a villain or a hero, but I thought it was something to ponder on.
You're still stuck in the human stereotypes from before. You will come to understand.
It's not like that.
It might not click in my mind, but for a species with a long lifespan, right and wrong could just be fleeting sentiments. If that's the case, I'll keep my values close and treasure them. Hold on, what if I get entangled in something wicked? It would be exactly what the late Maribel dreaded. Ultimately, I am quite self-centered. That's why I need to ensure I don't act rashly and create havoc. I do enjoy doing as I please, but I'm striving for a better future. I made a vow to never cause any unhappiness to others just for my own pleasure. After a brief pause in the scene, Guy turned to me, recalling something all of a sudden.
Hey, Rimuru, I was just thinking.
Huh? I don't think I have any secrets left to reveal?
Well, I highly doubt that, but it's fine. I was just curious about Michael's strategy. How does he plan to revive Veldanava?
With insistence, Guy urged me to share whatever information I had. I was just about to say I have no idea, but then I remembered something.
Oh, now that I remember, he mentioned something about that.
Yeah, I recall him talking about it.
I whispered to myself, and Veldora, who was eavesdropping, nodded in agreement.
Yes, I believe.
It seems like they believe that by absorbing the power of the 3 true dragons, Veldanava-sama will be resurrected with all his dragon factors. It sounds ridiculous to me, but can we be certain it won't work?
Diablo provided an explanation before I could recollect. Yes, that rings a bell. I had forgotten about it because it sounded far-fetched at the time, and I doubted such a method would be successful. Ultimately, the dragon factor was crucial.
If it's about the dragon factor, Master has also obtained it.
Oh, I've essentially become a true dragon, right? So, it's no surprise that I possess the dragon factor. Even so, Velzard, Velgrind, and Veldora. Even if you gather the dragon factors from all 3 true dragons, it's pointless without the most important factor, Veldanava's. If the soul is different, then it's a different individual. According to Diablo, it's not entirely impossible.
Huh? That theory is absurd. Even if they could recreate him, it would only be a replica body. And while they might replicate his abilities, they wouldn't have his soul, which is crucial.
Guy chimed in, expressing a similar opinion to mine.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Misa LW Hernandez, Yuki Iki, Gray, Chris Jr., Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrath, Alver. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.